Hey guys, NNKH here, No Nonsense Know How, coming at you with another video, this time from Long Branch, New Jersey, and see if it's a flip or flop. Now, at first glance, not too promising, but I did travel well over an hour to get here with traffic, so pulled the trigger. Now this popped up for $7,500, a 1968 Ford F-100 Ranger two-wheel drive. Beautiful old truck that kind of blends in with the forest behind it with the green, but yeah, I wasn't paying $7,500, so this is up for, I don't know, a week or two, and they were getting ready to scrap it, but I came in at $700, which honestly is probably still more. I mean, it's more than scrap value, but I think there's a lot of good parts on this truck, and who knows, maybe it'll just fire up and we can drive it and then sell it and probably not restore it, but it could be a good usable pickup truck again. So better off than scrap, right? The backstory I got is that her father bought this back in 2004 as a restoration project, father, daughter, and then kind of never got to it. So it just sat since then for the last 20 years. Was in the driveway right behind me, but then the neighbors were complaining. I mean, Long Branch, there's some nice houses around here, so they kind of tucked it off to the side. Anyway, let's see, let's do the sweep around, get loaded up, and see what we're dealing with. I did include in the deal that I can leave all this trash sitting on the side because, you know, I mean, well, there might be some good stuff in here. I don't know, a steel box right there, but majority of this is just, I'm not trying to winch that on the trailer and lug it home. You see down on the side, got some storage. Oh, brake fluid in there. That's Oxy Magic, windshield repair kit, some other stuff. So that's actually looking all right. You got a wrench in there too. The interior I saw in the pictures looked not the worst I've seen. Like this, got just the steel door panels. Now rust, yes, this has a ton of it. We are very close to the beach, so you get often humid. I mean, even today it's just super humid. You can almost see the humidity in the air, especially as you look over at the ocean. Not far from there, I'd say probably less than a couple miles. But yeah, the bottoms of these doors, you know, typical, right? But a lot of good parts in there. Look at that bench seat, pretty good condition. What is this? Oh, a universal antenna that's just faded. I thought it was like a fishing pole or something. The glove box. No key for this, but that's not going to be a big deal. Yep, typical nest in there. A spare belt, some Pro Sport gauges. This is a manual shift on the column. Good to see that. Windshield not cracked, but definitely hazed over and basically junk. You know, it's getting all foggy there where the moisture gets inside of it. Headliner gone. Rust hole up here. Yeah, I guess we should. I think it's supposed to storm later too, so I should probably just get focused on loading it up. Of course, I came ill-equipped. Oh, look at that! A body repair. The PBG special, pole barn garage special. Shove a little bit of. You gotta love it. That's great. So that's the extent of the restoration that was done on it. So, all right, feeling good, very promising. Let you know if I find anything interesting. There's a carburetor kit laying on the ground. It's all wet, but still good usable parts in there. Like that power valve. Electric box is what that is. All these roots are intertwined together with tons of bricks and wood. Oh, handle pulls out that way. There you go. Quality. Nice level. Actually, I got a shovel in here somewhere. Oh, a snow shovel. Rake. Here we go. Well, I'd say that came out pretty good, considering. These rust holes, nice, sweep everything into it, and I like how this bed, you know, normal modern trucks, you have a big gap there, or when I say modern, I mean like 2004 Tundra, you have a big gap, or my Ram, same thing, any modern trucks. But this one, nothing. It's got no gap there. Flush. Smooth transition. And I just can't believe how well that tailgate works. I mean, heck, it's holding the bed sides on probably. So here we got a little bit of perforation. It's coming over, not rolling. Actually, they are rolling. I think that'll do it. Normally, I wouldn't advise towing a truck backwards, because you don't want too much weight at the back of the trailer. It'll get squirrely on you, but luckily this 20-footer's plenty long enough to balance it out good. You see, it did start rolling. I think I had it in reverser first, because once we were towing it, or winching it up, I just wiggled the shifter and both started rolling in the back. So that's always nice, because locked up wheels are never fun. A lot of Bondo, huh? Look at that. Yeah, nice houses around here. That's gonna be a fixer-upper there. We're 1.1 miles from the ocean. I guess we gotta stop by there real quick. Well, this is like a construction zone. Well, maybe park here real quick. Like, these people want to see this parked in front of their villa, we'll call it. It just sounds fancy, right? Yeah, just checking out the job site. Or better yet, I'll just tell them I'm checking out my future home. You know, yeah, I just bought this place. Got the concrete forms all up. Okay, we're gonna bushwhack around and get to the ocean. Gotta get to the ocean. Surprisingly, no mosquitoes at all around here. Just shocking, because back home they're getting real bad right now. You know, pathway. Couple Hobie cats and a barbecue grill. Makes for a good time. Looks like they just swept this too. Or, I don't know, there's a lot of tracks. I just can't believe the view some of these houses have. Unreal. It's probably their vacation house too. Good roller. I often see the question, why wouldn't you fill the tires before pulling it on the trailer? And usually the answer is because the air will go out on your way home and then the chains will be loose. Okay, time to fire this up. So, will it need much? Is the engine locked up? I'm feeling pretty good about it. I mean, it was last inspected 2006, believe it or not. It seems like it would have been sitting a lot longer, but let's see. A little rusty. Hinges feel good though. All right, we are looking all complete. Even have the factory jack in place. So this has got a 360, and you see this authentic paint peeling. This is the kind of stuff, you know, you can't like stage a vehicle. When you see all this, this is authentic. So the 360 FE, which is basically the same as the 390 with a shorter stroke, or 5.9 liters. And I suppose we'll pop these plugs out, see if it's, you know, bore scope it, and then see if it's locked up. We are manual brakes, no AC. Power brakes would be nice, but oh, that is some black oil on the stick, but it's up to level. Nice and sludgy. Probably change that before I start this up if it turns over. Good old Champion battery, 4x4. We got the radiator. Yeah, maybe something in there, maybe not. In decent shape though. You can tell the plug wires are probably just replaced before it was parked. Quite a bit of rust on the pulleys. You can tell nobody was cranking this over anytime recently. And there's a look at our shift linkage up top. Some cracked bushings. Not typical to see rust holes in the air cleaner lid. Oh, means probably a rust in the cylinders. Would be socket with a couple notches in it comes in handy for a lot of different things, but wing nuts in particular. Where'd that go? Oh yeah, right here. Oh, nice. Had the, well, I shouldn't set that right on top of the battery, even though it's stone cold dead, but had the filter in place with the screen, and the mice did not make it past. You see they did make a nest there. Choke is free. And so is the 2-barrel. Shoot a little lube on that, but looking pretty good. You see somebody left the choke on when they were last running it or trying to start it. I had a set of Autolite 45. See somebody anti-seized them when they put them in, and there is no rust on any of the tips, so great sign. Then got the articulating head bore scope. Let's check these out, see if there's anything major. Now, number 5, we got some cobwebs, but no rust or pitting. Number 6, pistons almost at the top, but looks good. 7, oh, a little bit of rust on number 7. Doesn't look too terrible. Spin this over. Yeah, a little bit of surface rust starting. And number 8, almost at the top. Number 1, piston also at TDC or thereabout. And yeah, that's fine. A little rust lip there. Number 2. Yeah, a little bit of rust, nothing crazy. Same deal on 3, some scratches and light rust. And same on number 4. We'll shoot some lubricant down the cylinders and get her budging over. As I always say, just use whatever you got on hand. Could be Blaster Multi-Max, some fogging oil, or just an old school oiler. Just shoot some lube in the cylinders. Or rotate it over dry, because it'll be fine either way. Let's see what happens here. Oh, yep. That's budging. One way. Reverse. Oh yeah, there it is. Come on, baby. Okay, our water pump broke loose. Should be 5/16 socket on the crank. Yup. Yeah, it's spinning over great. Now, I haven't pulled the valve covers off to check the valve train, so I'm going slow. Oop. I say going slow to see if we get any hang-ups, and right there we do. Let's see. No. That's just the water pump hitting the big rust patch. Probably a pile of rust on the bottom of it in there. Always a good idea to pull the valve covers and shoot a bunch of lube up in there, because, you know, a valve that's not closing could snap off, as you've seen in previous videos. Just noticing the plastic lying off this oil filter. I never liked these. They get brittle over time, crack, you get an oil leak you don't know about going down the road. Not good. Let's pop this off-road capable battery out. Ah, well, look who it is. The Rat Pack. Yeah. You the leader of the pack, buddy, or what? What's up, Tuck? Luna?
We're having a sleepover party. We're gonna have so much fun. We can build a fort, maybe under here. We can go for a late night walk with my mom and dad. Oh, and my silly sister too. We can tell scary stories. We can play with fake ketchup and chocolate. We can wear goofy outfits. We can chase the red dot. Oh, Luna, you found a bug. That's so cool. Oh, darn, my mommy took it. And the best part? We can eat junk food. Well, actually, it's quite the opposite. It's really healthy food. But you would never know it because it tastes so good. It's called Sundays for Dogs.
Not only do we love feeding our dog Gus Sundays, but his 2 furry friends as well when they come to visit. And boy, do they love it. Sundays is a fresh dog food made from human-grade ingredients. 100% meat muscle, organs, and superfoods, and 0 synthetics or artificial preservatives. An added bonus is that Sundays is vet-formulated and made in the USA. Other healthy dog foods require freezer space, lots of preparation, and they're pretty gross. Sundays has cleaner ingredients than other dog foods, and you can just pour it right from the bag because it's shelf-stable. Just store it wherever you have the room. Look at the ingredients on the back of the bag and you'll see exactly what a healthy diet looks like for your dog. This is what healthy dog food looks like. It looks like real meat because it is real meat. You don't have to make any sacrifices to feed your dog well. But give your dog the chance to try Sundays and watch them fall in love. Get 50% off your first order of Sundays at sundaysfordogs.com/NNKH or use code NNKH at checkout. And now let's get back to the video. This battery has got 0.24 volts. How about it? Just a bunch of crunchies in there. Not a perfect fit, but this lithium ion will do the job. It does leave our negative cable pretty taut. So since it looked like crude oil on the dipstick, I am gonna change the oil, but man, the drain plug's in like the worst location. But, oh, wow. Things are pretty rough under here. Yeah, there's our body mount. Oh my gosh. Surprisingly, the frame is still there though, but the cab mount on the front, yeah, it's doing nothing. Actually, maybe they just intended for you to get it from up top. They must have more. Yeah, look at that. Well, you guys can barely see, but you can get a wrench on it from up top, no problem. Get this frame out of our way, have even more access. Oh, almost rusted through on the bottom. This thing is bone dry inside. Listen to that. Let's not have a double G. Yeah, so much room to get to that drain plug. Imagine that, a vehicle you can change the oil on without even getting underneath. And that's, you know, some you can, actually the factory way is to suck it out of the dipstick, like on a jet ski, which is just terrible because you're never getting all that junk off the bottom. Oh yeah, this stuff is just black as night. I mean, that is, whew. I should have a filter in stock. Where did I put my filters? There we go. Relocated them a while ago. I don't know if I got it. Yeah, this is probably one in the back here. No, PF24. The PF24 is not going to work, but I got this frame 7317 that will work, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, frame, this, that, and terrible filters. But they're fine, especially for just starting this up. And it is too small, but the threads, you know, they're grabbing. I don't know if they're the right thread pitch or not, but they snug down good and the gasket's making contact. So, small filter, good enough to fire it up with some fresh oil. By the way, these frame filters were sent over by a viewer of the channel, so thank you very much for those, putting them to use. And also, recently, John down in Arkansas sent me this old caboose light made by Pyle. How cool is that? It's from 1889. So let's shoot some power to it real quick. Ah, look at that. Works like a dream. Now these would be mounted on the corners of the back of a caboose, one on each side. Pretty cool. Thanks, John. This is a really cool piece, so I'll definitely have to hang it up somewhere. I don't think this lithium-ion battery is happy. Oh, yeah, there we are. Okay. There's your crank over. Sounds good. I was just dumping out the old oil. This stuff is some of the nastiest oil I've seen in a while. I mean, this has been sitting in the vertical position for a few minutes now. And like, look at it. I'm gonna check for spark now. So on the positive side of the coil, disconnected that so we don't have a key, and run that over to the positive side of the battery, which not getting any kind of spark. So either the points are open or more than likely just corroded. And then I got a ground cable going over to our spark plug. We'll crank this and watch for some spark. Nothing. Yes, corroded points. I'll take a small file or emery cloth, whatever you got, and clean those out. And with them closed, if we send power back, should get arc. Yep. So rotate the engine over till the points are at their widest opening and set them to about 20 thousandths or whatever spec is for what you're working on. I just looked it up. 17 thousandths is what it calls for, so that should be good enough for now. Should have good spark now. Yep. A little red, but it's spark. I got those plugs in, wires on. Took off the upper rad hose in case anything pukes out of it after we put water in. We don't pack this radiator full of rust. Took the fuel hose off, our fuel line on the carb, and of course we'll do the usual. Hook up some auxiliary. Should be one of these. Yeah, this guy should fit it, right? Even the pumper's going. Very nice. Probably get lucky. It's fire time. Oh. See, we got some fuel coming up from the tank. Ooh, that is nasty looking. A little bit of an exhaust leak. Carburetor is blocked solid, it seems. you gotta love the simplicity. Wow, that's good. Turns out this doesn't have any fuel in it. It's weird. It sounded like it took it, and then the pumper was shooting a little something, but when we get good fuel flow into the bowl, but then the gas is just disappearing somewhere. Well, let's find out. Ah, probably down the power valve. It's gotta be this power valve on the bottom, torn diaphragm. Yep, torn diaphragm in there. Fortunately, I think there was a carb kit in here, right? Parts. Let's see what we got in here. There's our carb kit. Oh, tell me it's a cap and a oil filter. Another carb kit. Check it out. We got a couple power valves here. Yeah, these are both fine. So essentially, this was all leaking out of this diaphragm inside the cover, but the cover doesn't have a weep hole on it. It really should, because the next place it goes is into the intake manifold through this little port right here. And if you got a Ford that seems like it's dumping fuel, be sure to check this valve. Let's see now. Send over some fuel, which is not going, but oh, there it goes. So sometimes you gotta tap the carb when it's empty. Okay, it has shut off. We'll call the float height good enough. Shut this fuel and make sure it stays there. Before it was just going somewhere. I was like, where is this fuel going? Guess I'll throw the bigger filter on too now, since we got that. It's already black after running it just a little bit. There it is. That's banging all 8. Sounds nice and strong with no more fuel coming out of the tank. Yes, that sounds excellent. Let's fill it up with water now and see what happens. I'll let it simmer here for a second, just let those cylinder walls cool down. Ran when parked, you guys hear that all the time, but usually when people say that, they weren't lying. Well, this thing sounds pretty darn healthy, honestly. Before we throw any water in here, oh man, yeah, I was gonna say probably take the thermostat out first, but look inside of there. Ooh, that would not have been flowing at all. I mean, this is thick, so water would not have. Plug solid. No thermostat though. Fortunately, the cast iron manifold looks pretty good and clear inside. After cleaning it up, it's actually fine. Totally usable. I got some pitting, but nothing a little silicone can't fix. Oh, Permatex the right stuff, that is. The best sealant ever. We got the hot water filter with stainless mesh screen installed, and that's a good way to see all the junk that comes out, and also an indicator of if the water pump is flowing or not. And now we can fill it up with some garden hose water. See what other kind of leaks we got. I know some people are like, distilled water, you gotta put distilled water in there. Not when the system looks like this. And we are holding. It's cold right now too. Didn't even need to hit the choke, just a couple pumps on the throttle, and look at that. Water pump is flowing great. Not even too much junk coming out yet. I can bulk the screen up. See if this clutch releases or not. Feels good, like mechanical linkage. And with the brakes locked. Oh yeah. Not even budging. There we go, there's gear. So now I'm gonna push the clutch in. Let's see if that releases. Yep. I know it doesn't sound that smooth, but with the exhaust leak, but it's running pretty good. I'm now gonna clean this up a little bit, get some pictures, and I don't think we're gonna get brakes today for a test drive around town. Probably just through the yard. But the goal is to get this off to somebody who could, use it for parts or restore it if somebody is feeling ambitious. Give these vehicles a voice is kind of the goal. I love how the Ranger package has this little toolbox on the side. All trucks should have that box. Okay, that's looking a lot better for pictures, Still, if you hit it with an algae side, come up much cleaner, but that blew off the majority of the loose stuff sitting on there. And sometimes people say, why would you pressure wash that in your driveway? Why not go to the local pressure washer? Two reasons. Those places are usually pretty weak, like this 2900 psi with the whirly bit on there. Incredible power. And stick your finger in front of that. And it seems like those pressure washer pulling ones around here, do it yourself, are kind of disappearing. I guess people are getting lazy. I don't know. Quite a few of them have closed though. They're still around. They're just usually kind of weak. It's looking like it's worth maybe $1,000 now instead of 700. I don't know. Do a quick stroll underneath, see how everything's looking. The twin traction beam in good shape, along with the kingpins tight on both sides, no play, greasable too. As I was saying before, frame, I mean, it's not rotted anywhere. It's a nice solid frame. Pretty ugly, but I've seen worse. This got the 49-inch rear in it with the tag still on it. U-joints, no play in them. They're nice and tight. Throw a set of tires on this, I mean, you'd be good to go. Check out the heavy-duty leaf spring shackles on these F-100s. I mean, that looks way beefier than what you'd see on like a late 90s, early 2000s F-150. You guys know any salt touches them and the shackles will just rust apart like they're nothing. This one, I mean, surprisingly, they're actually totally fine. You look like his shift linkage popped off at some point. The E-clip came loose, and they just threw a zip tie that held fine. So I'll get some pictures underneath here and get it up for sale, I guess. I've had this up for a few days on Marketplace now at $950, and a ton of messages, but after showing people closer up images of the rust and a short video, everybody bailed except for one guy from upstate New York. So he's on the way now. $800 I'm gonna take for it. So yeah, basically, making $100, right? Call it a bust, but we'll see if he actually buys this thing. Let's go meet him. steering definitely needs some work. Ooh, the body. A lot of roll on that, those rusty body mounts. Nice and spacious cab. Kind of liking this truck. All right, so I got the new owner here. You think you're gonna take it then, or what's your plan with it? Using it as a parts truck, or kind of just fix it up a little bit?
Probably full restore, to be honest.
Full restoration. All right. Well, that's very ambitious, you know. But I mean, awesome to hear that. Now, when I was pulling up, I ran out of gas for some reason, so I have a U-Haul trailer. Hopefully, we can pull it up on there. I wonder if this hose got kinked or something. Yeah, bone dry again. This thing's, I guess that needle's just getting stuck, or we don't have enough pressure or no flow through this. I guess this thing likes a little pressure from the fuel pump. Usually they run fine on gravity feed, but hold that up a little higher. Up. Yeah, that did it. All right, bring it down real quick. Let me throw this on. Get this up on the trailer. So they brought the U-Haul trailer with the 8-foot bed. Fortunately, it just fits on there. I mean, just fits on. Look at that. You got, what, 3-hour drive home?
Yes, sir.
It's funny, an upstate New York guy would come by this, because up there, these are probably all rotted away to nothing at all. I mean,
you just can't find them.
Yeah, like Pennsylvania, we got bad rust. Upstate New York, whew.
No car left.
Yeah, nothing. And there she goes, off to live the rest of her life. Not scrapped. And that leaves me with the usual skateboard ride home with a battery and some supplies. Certainly can't save them all. And power is in the people's choice. Like that Mercedes we had to scrap once. Ouch. And now, let's see if this 41 Buick Special Straight 8 will fire up. If you guys remember, a guy in Australia bought this at auction. It was in Shippensburg, went and picked it up for him, and he had plans to ship it back to Australia, but now he's actually flying in next week with his 17-year-old son to drive this around and do a little trip. I told him, I said, as far as I went, I just fired it up and that's it. But he sent me some brake parts, a fuel tank, and I got Jack from Anything Goes Garage coming over on Sunday to tag team this with me. Got 4 new tires and some other odds and ends. We'll see if we can get it roadworthy for the guy. Just threw the battery back in, hooked up fuel. Let's give this a few pumps. See if it fires right up. Oh! Listen to that. So smooth you could set a coffee cup on it, as one guy put it. Okay, it's misfiring a little bit, but. Yeah, gotta love those straight 8s. Let's do the cup of coffee test. Even though it's not running perfect, but yeah, you can actually see the misfire on there. How about it? So that's how you know you got a misfire on one of these. If there's any shaking at all. Fortunately, after cleaning the piles of mouse droppings and nests from here, it actually smells great sitting in the sun. All right, look who showed up. We got Jack with his YouTube channel. Now, I'll drop a link to Anything Goes Garage down below, but he's gonna give me a hand on this today. So what would you like to take on?
Don't matter to me. You point me in what direction and I'll go. You know me. I don't mess around.
Well, we got, I guess I'll get going on the tires if you want to pull the brakes apart, and we
Bust some tires off and get this thing set up on the lift.
we got all these parts. I don't even
It's a beautiful car.
check to see if this tank fits properly yet. So I guess that's a big item, because
That's a good company. I like that. I use a lot of tank sync stuff.
the idea is to just get this thing relatively roadworthy for the guy. We got a master cylinder,
Yeah, wheel cylinders,
wheel cylinders, yeah,
hardware kit,
brake shoes,
hoses, good, everything they need to make the thing stop. How's this run? Pretty good?
Pretty good, yeah. A little hiccup, misfire. He pulled that beauty ring off and about 100 earwigs came crawling out. These guys. Little pinchy bugs. I guess they're good for killing anything else that comes in the garage, right?
They're a little thin.
Not bad though. They
No, not bad.
probably could have been used, but he wants to get rid of them in case they have the asbestos in them. I bet you they don't. These probably been replaced. Ooh, yeah. Bunch of junk behind there. Pistons are probably seized up for sure. See how these fronts are looking. Oh yeah, tons of meat.
I just use an opener because it's got the cover over top of that.
This grease is really thin, leaked out all over the drums. Or it got really hot at one point, but it's almost like an oil in there. So Jack's gonna be doing the brakes in his video, but that's how they're looking. Unfortunately, we don't have new seals, so I might give him a couple calls around, see if we can get them. Otherwise, you know, we'll just get rid of this old liquidy grease with low viscosity and pack it with some modern high temp stuff that's not gonna leak out. Let me get going on these tires now. You can see after letting the air, they just went right back to their squished position with pretty bad dry rot. Oh, these are great for rollers and around the yard, but not good for driving down the highway. We got 4 brand new ones from, I think, Coker Tire. He got these white walls out, right? And some tubes too. Got the old Coates rim clamp. Luckily he got new tubes too, so I don't have to worry about pinching these. Good river tube. Tube tires, great because you don't have to worry about the beads rusting and leaking over time. Terrible if you get a nail. Can't shove a plug in it. Great river tube. And now bust out the other 3. In the time it took me to do those, he got one side done and all done over here too. Very nice. I think Jen's coming out with a little surprise for us. She said, "Oh boy."
Get him there on the deck side.
He's alright. Come on, Tuck. You locked the other goons in?
Wow.
Some cold beer and
Wow.
meat on a stick with some baby pups.
Alright. This stuff's really spicy, by the way.
That's
It's
okay.
deer meat.
Oh.
Venison. What a great girl, I tell you.
Yeah.
Not enough meat on a stick.
Do you have a twin?
Do you like my flour?
You got a little pot of water here, too? Here, let me get this from you. Sorry.
I'll get it. You got it. Oh,
Here.
boy. He's mad.
Who are you? You're not Gus. They lock you 2 inside? Come on, let's go. Come on. Trex is hot. Let's go across the lava. Here you go, Gus. So Jen's got a new video coming out soon, right? Or what?
No, my channel's a ghost town. It's like the Sahara Desert.
No, but maybe this month, you think?
Yeah, Yeah, that's the plan.
Jack hitting all the grease fittings. How many did you count? Roughly?
I lost count. Oh, there's a lot. It's
20 or something.
way many than new cars have.
The only thing not greasable is these lower control arm worn out pivots here, but we packed it with grease old way, you know.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Delco, Dayton, USA. Ohio. Does it look the same? Yes. Perfect. We got the brakes all knocked out, new master cylinder in, and we got some more to do, but we're gonna go take a break and hit up the local spot, meet Jen over there. So dressed appropriately, right? I had this $5 eBay find here.
Yep, I'm his stunt double.
Oh yeah, love the turquoise. I guess it would be, right?
Yes.
What's it officially called?
Turquoise. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones, but this is just turquoise that I know.
Rolling in style this weekend.
Yep.
Look at that action.
What are you wearing?
What do you mean? You don't like my attire?
I love it.
Silverware.
Thank you so much.
That's the real deal.
Autumn, what are you eating? Chicken.
There goes Chris in my Rav. Jack's taking me for a little ride in, what is this? What are we in?
1956 Chevy Bel Air.
Yeah, it's cute.
Hey, Jack taking off with the wife. Well, Jack just rolled, and that wraps things up for today. We were able to get all the brakes done. I love how these drums have the ports, so you can see how much life is left on the shoe. Got all the oil cleaned up, wiped out of them. The wheel bearings greased up. Front brake hoses, all the grease zerks greased. And tomorrow Jack is going to come over, put the fuel tank in, then we're going to go out for a ride. But tonight I'm going to try to edit this video, so that this will be in the next video. Test drive, and then the guy coming to pick it up from Australia. Should be fun. Hopefully the fuel pump works, because he didn't send me one of those. Otherwise we'll hook him up with an electrical pump. Had to replace a few brake lines too. Not the prettiest job in the world, but they will hold. Should be nice, safe and sound. Got those all bled out with that brand new master in. Oh, look at it. Nice to see this car coming back to life. Can't wait to drive it tomorrow. It's 4 a.m. I just finished editing the video, so just wanted to pop on and say thank you guys very much for watching, and thank you for all of the support. This month of July, I definitely am going to get the green 67 Mustang back on the road. Just talked to Lorenzo, picking that engine up from him tomorrow, Monday, well today, and so very excited to start rowing gears in that, and Jack's going to get the Chevelle together this month too. So all that will be in the end of other videos, kind of mixed in with whatever shenanigans I get into, along with the follow-up on this. So thank you guys, and see you again soon. NNKH. No nonsense, no how.